All right. So let's go ahead and read through this. College Football 25 Ultimate Team Deep Dive just released yesterday. We're going to go ahead and dive in and take a look at everything that all the information they provided to us. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more. Let's go ahead and blow this up here so that way we can see it a little bit better. There we go. We'll go back one more. How about that? All right, so hey, college football fans, welcome back to Campus Huddle, your home for news information about EA Sports College Football 25. We got more Ultimate Team information. You guys know what Ultimate Team is, right? It's just like what Madden is with their Ultimate Team MUT, but we're going to be doing college version here. We got Campus Heroes, Legends from the past, so you'll be able to build your squad, battle against other players or against the AI, which we'll dive into a little bit later. So this is kind of their first screenshot here. This isn't anything that we're not used to seeing out of MUT. Up here you got your play tabs, your live events, which I assume is going to be like the different programs, right? Marketplace where you can buy cards, sell cards, and then your team, you can go in and do your lineup. Lineup, item binder, set, store, catalog, renaming your team. I mean, this all looks pretty standard, nothing too different. You got your currency bar up here. So the menu looks to be almost the same as MUT, just a little revamped and more college style. So I don't think there's any difference on that. What do you guys think of the initial card art here? I don't hate it. It's definitely different because you've got like the initial, like the main ratings of the players here with their chemistries that come with it. So I don't hate it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So it sounds like sounds like they're going to be able to use current NFL players, which is really nice. So first, we're incredibly proud to announce that in addition to players of today and retired legends of the past, College Football Ultimate Team will feature active NFL players. I think it's a W. I think it bridges that gap between MUT and college football. So you'll, if you want to run a Texas Tech Red Raiders theme team, you can get Patrick Mahomes out there and then, take it over to MUT and run your Chiefs theme team. So I think that's a W. They got a bunch of big names here. Yeah, gives lots of options. I agree, Bama. I don't think this is an L. I like this a lot. And not only that, but let's be honest, like the average football fan, is not privy to all of the, big names in college right off rip. You've got to be kind of a diehard college fan, in my opinion, to really know who some of these guys are. If you follow it, I'm a huge college fan, so all these names I know. But like you're the normal, just kind of throw on the TV on a Saturday, college football fan to watch their favorite team isn't necessarily going to know, some of these guys that are current players in the college football space. So being able to have these active players and legends and things like that, I think only helps those folks that are coming over and wanting to learn more about college football. So I think it's a big W. I also think this is a big W. At the start of your journey, you will inherit a beginner team depending on what your favorite school is. You will start with a handful of names that will be familiar to you. So for me, I'll probably be picking the Gators. Okay, so we'll get guys maybe like Emmitt Smith. Maybe we'll get a Tim Tebow. A watered down Tim Tebow. Maybe we'll get a Javon Curse, something like that. Any of those guys, I think, are W's. So if you have a favorite school, you'll at least get some names that you're familiar with your favorite team. So challenges, we're used to seeing this. You got your challenges up here. Looks like they're going to be giving quite a bit to start. So challenges are scenarios that require you to complete specific requirements on the field. These scenarios can vary in difficulty and are a great way to sharpen your football fundamentals. Again, they're just solos challenges, right? or master a playbook. So this is kind of nice because I think later on in the article here, they actually say that you can go in and look at a playbook without having to like buy it, which is kind of a W. Some might require you to complete a touch pass. Others will task you to lead a comeback against a rival squad. You want to complete your challenges to open up packs, get player items, coins, all that stuff. So we're all aware of this. We do this in Madden. We do this in Mutt. You know, it's something that we run into and do all the time. So to start the year, we have over 100 challenges. Those challenges, surprisingly, at least from a Mutt perspective, are, you know, some of them get kind of challenging in my opinion, especially if you kind of have that starter team. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get through those 100 challenges pretty quick, but I'm sure you'll be able to get through them pretty easily. Providing variety and different themes to make each challenge feel unique. Really wanted to use challenges as a way to celebrate college football. It's a historic past and present. During season 1, check out the In Case You Missed It challenges to relive some of your favorite moments in college football over the last 10 years. So that's kind of a W. I mean, that's kind of like a throwback, right? We haven't had college football or NCAA for 10 years, right? So this is basically doing a rewind to catch you up on all the big games that have happened within those 10 years. And goodness gracious, there's a lot. There's a lot of good games within these last 2 years. So I'll be interested to see what games make it into those challenges. So Ultimate Team 101, you'll have the opportunity to work on your fundamentals. As the year progresses, we'll be introducing new challenges for you to tackle every season. Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem. You've also got objectives. So those objectives will go to your XP for your field pass. So it sounds like they're bringing field passes back. Knowing that we've gone through a whole year of field passes, what do you guys think? Are you guys on board with field passes? Or are you guys against field passes? I'd be interested to hear your take on this. I'm still 50-50. I will say the first year was rough. I like the idea of having those kind of train tracks to getting different cards and unlocking different things, but it was rough. It was rough. So, said you like the field pass, rewards got to be good, Maxi. Yeah. Bama, you can do without it. Yeah, I'm still on the fence, I think. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The field pass was rough. Obviously, it got a little bit better as the season went on for Madden 24. But with it being the first iteration of the field pass into a football game, there's a lot of things that need to be tuned to it. So we'll see if they tweak it this year, and if it allows us to, move forward a lot quicker than we could before. One thing that I will say is I do like the idea, and if they end up, implementing this, it'd be kind of cool. I do like the idea of what MLB implemented, to where it's kind of that infinite field pass, to where once you get to a certain point, you just kind of keep going around and around and around. Gaining the same amount of coins, the same XP, or the same, packs or whatever. I do kind of like that. I don't like the fact that we have an end mode, or an end point, I should say. Because once you get to that end point, it's like, okay, now what, right? Now what? I mean, obviously you can play the game and you can, build your coin stack and stuff like that. That's fine. But for the average player, once they get to the end of that field pass, it's like, okay, now what, right? So I think hopefully they've got something to where it keeps bringing us back for more, I think is what I'm basically saying. So got to track correctly. Yeah, Bama, I agree. And that's why I say that the field pass was kind of rough this first go around. So fingers crossed that they do fix that. Coins everywhere. So I'm hoping this is true. I hope this isn't just a way to get you sucked into it. With coins you've earned from challenges, completing objectives, competing in various modes, you'll have a few options to use your resource to earn players. Obviously, you'll run over to the marketplace to buy cards, auction house to buy cards, exchange coins. So I don't know if this is a statement saying that there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make coins. I think this is just telling you like where to use your coins. So we'll see. We'll see if they give us a lot of opportunity on that. All right, building your college football ultimate team. Again, this is basically just what the team builder thing looks like. I'm not going to go through all that. You've got your chemistries over here on the right. I don't know why they're showing Alabama. They shouldn't really be in the game anyways. But these are kind of the cards. It's very CFM looking, right? It's CFM looking because they don't have the pictures of all the players. And let's be real, there's 130 something schools and 58 players, 55 players on each team. You're not going to be able to get the headshots of all these guys. So I'm fine with this. I think the card art's cool with the, you know, with the background of the players. I think that's totally fine. Here's your different options for your different rosters. We've seen this. You can generate the different types of lineups. So it looks like you can generate based on the type of chemistry. So I know they go into that a little bit later in the article. So kind of cool that we'll be able to have that option as well. Obviously, you can edit your lineup. We all know this is a core piece of Ultimate Team, so that's fine. Chemistries. All right. Let's go over chemistries. I want to hear your thoughts on the chemistries that they are implementing in the game. So they've got scheme chemistries. So up here on the right, you can see top right, you got pistol. I think down here, yeah, we'll go over all these. But they've got the different scheme chemistries, which basically is kind of like a team chemistry. But it looks like they're different ratings rather than what we're used to with the theme team ratings, so where it boosts speed, it boosts acceleration, it boosts awareness, you know, things like that. So when you're building a team, you're building towards a specific play style that represents you best on the field. College Football Ultimate Team, you'll want a playbook, okay, that complements the types of players you have in your lineup. Now let's go back to the video I posted yesterday with the devs. The devs mentioned in that video that they focused heavily on the different archetypes of players, right? So this might be the first year that we really see the archetypes on player items really matter. So that'll be interesting to see what they do with that. So I guess this kind of leans, and how many people have played FIFA? I've never played FIFA, but I've seen it. I think in FIFA you've got like your different line, and again, if I botch this lingo, I'm sorry. I don't watch FIFA. I don't, you know, play FIFA very often. But you've got your different lines of players, you know, and they're able to basically have chemistries with each other, right? To where they boost each other's stats if you pair certain players with each other on the lines. I think NHL does the same thing. So I'm guessing that this is along the same lines, to where if you find a bunch of spread player items, that they're going to boost those ratings for you. I'd also be interested to see if different items have different chemistries, to where you can run a power spread or a spread and still get that same boost with the same player. So we'll see what that is, or how that goes. So I guess it's kind of the same. So it's scheme chem, just another way to kind of boost your players. What are you guys thinking on this one? Looks like we've got veer and shoot, spread option, power spread, air raid, multiple offense, run and shoot, spread, pro style, pistol option. And then you got your different defenses here. 3-3-5 tight. Interested to see how that plays out. 4-2-5 is obviously going to be a very popular start for a lot of people. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I think it's just another avenue of building your team and getting some more boosts. Offensive schemes. Up to you as a coach of your ultimate team to decide which team suits your play style the best. Again, that's kind of the same you know, stuff as up here. Finding the right players. Run and shoot, air raid, great places to start. Yeah, so these are all going to be things that we'll kind of dive into when the game drops on Monday. Defense wins championships. Again, 3-3-5, 4-3. I'm going to guess that this year we're going to have to be pretty multiple on defense. I know in Madden, you can get away with running the same, defense all the time. I mean, we ran 4-3 over pretty much all year. Did we venture off into other defenses? Yeah, sure. But we pretty much ran 4-3 over the whole year. With the way the college game is and the hash marks and the way the spacing is very different than the NFL, I'm going to guess you're going to have to run a lot of different defenses this year. So I'm pretty excited to dive into the defense. Okay, playbooks. This is a giant W, in my opinion. We know playbooks are going to be important in college football Ultimate Team journey. Not only does Ultimate Team feature all 134 teams' playbooks, now let's take a step back on that. They could be Aiden. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Forgot to turn off movie stream. Let me go ahead and turn that off real quick. There we go. Okay. So again, thanks for the follow, Aiden. I appreciate it. So let's take just a quick step back on that statement. Features all 134 teams' playbooks. Now we know in Madden that every team has a playbook, right? But a lot of teams share the same playbook. So just keep that in mind as you go through playbooks. I'm gonna guess there's gonna be a lot of shared plays, a lot of shared playbooks, a lot of shared formations, things like that. But it looks like there's 19 total schemes, which is that what this is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah. So these are your schemes right here. Okay. These are your schemes. Okay. So with 19 different schemes, you're going to get a little bit of parity between all the different, playbooks, but you're going to see some crossover. You're going to see the crossover. Is the roster for this game current or last year for Dynasty? Packer fan, I'm not sure. I would assume it's this year. Game's not out yet, so not sure, but I would assume it would be this year. I don't think you're going to get Caleb Williams on USC from last year because he's in the NFL. So basically what this is these are trials. You can go in and actually look at the books without having to go into practice mode in regs to be able to look at a book. So this actually gives you a really, really good opportunity to kind of see what your players look like in that scheme. So it'll be fun to be able to use this and kind of get an idea of what those different schemes look like. So giant W. Don't have to go out and buy a book to make it work, which is or to see what's in it, which is really, really nice. I'm not sure, Packer fan. I think I know they have a lot of content that they're releasing this week, so I don't know what's on tap today though on what they're releasing. Team chemistry. So this is where a lot of the Twitter commotion was. You'll also want to consider a player's team chemistry when building a roster. All player items will have a default team chem. Okay, so if they're coming from UTSA or if they're coming from Mississippi State, they'll have that default, right? However, with the transfer portal having a large impact on college football, we wanted to allow you to put your favorite players from all over the country on your team, meaning player items will have access to all 134 team chems. What do we think? What do we think? I am not a huge fan, and this is why I say not a huge fan. It kind of we're getting to a point to where, yeah, sure, it's Ultimate Team, but like now we're running into a situation where you may start seeing kind of the same outcome of teams, if that makes sense, right? Agreed, coach. If you have the coins, everybody's team will look the same, right? So I'm kind of Murray, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. I'm kind of on. I'm not sure I like this. I'm not sure I like this. And Houday, you make a very good point. If they get all chems, they get no chems. So why even introduce this, right? Like, I get it. I get if the transfer portal. I get if you want to use Arch Manning as your quarterback of, you know, of Eastern Michigan, okay, fine. But like, you shouldn't be able to use the Texas team chems on Eastern Michigan. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this. Right, AJ. Bowling Green to the moon, right? And Murray, like you said, yeah, if everybody gets a boost, nobody gets a boost. So we'll see what they do with this. When EA introduces things like this, they have a pretty sneaky way of kind of converting it into a, and I say this lightly, take this with a grain of salt. They tend to make something fun or good out of it. Has that been the case all the time? No, definitely not. But maybe they'll spin this into something that everybody will end up liking. I'm usually pretty amped up about changes like this, but I don't know if I'm a fan of this. I'm not gonna lie. Don't think I'm a fan of this. Beamer, it has me thinking I will avoid College Ultimate Team initially and focus on Dynasty Mode, keeping the wallet closed. Yeah, and you make a good point there, Beamer, is that this could be just a money grab as well. Like if you're running an Ohio State team, but Ohio State might not have a great fullback, or might not have a great halfback, or might not have a great defensive end. Well, hey, I can just go buy, you know, the Alabama defensive end and just throw Ohio State chems on him and boost him up. So I don't know if I'm a fan of that. Don't know if I'm a fan of that. Would have to release a lot of content to appease most teams. Yeah, and I think I'm hoping that they do, DZ. I mean, there's 134 teams, right? Like, they're gonna have to be on their content game with this one. Once you unlock a team bucket on a player item, you'll be able to replace the current team chem with one of your choosing, increase team chem, and yeah, blah blah blah. So we've got all that, and here's a screenshot of that. So jury's out. Jury's out. Conference chems would have been cool. I think conference chems would have been cool. Make us earn all team chem tokens. I don't hate that, Sully. The only problem that I have with the earn is that there will be a paid part of that, right? They would say, hey, you can buy another token for this player, right? I don't hate the idea of having a set amount of tokens that you can use, right, Sully? To where you can do like we've only got 4 available all team chem tokens. I don't hate that. I think that would be something that, you know, that would be a little bit better of a route than allowing just fair game for all players. So I do agree. I think we're on the same page, Sully. To where if maybe they limited it to maybe only 4 or 5 players can do this, but not all of them. Not all of them. Good morning, Sea Rice. Maybe they let team count, but only get boost if actual team. I mean, if they've got the team chem on here, I mean, look, it's right here. It's right here. So I think that's what's going to happen. Make it less exciting when someone from your team gets dropped. Right, Maxi, right. Understanding player items. I mean, we know what the player items look like. You know, you got your abilities, you got your chemistries and positions. Not going to go too crazy into this. Item rarities. This just looks like it's the same as Mutt. You're going to have your base items. You're going to have your your 99s, your 85 overalls. So it looks like this is just going to be what they're going to do, your overalls and then the rarities of it. The player backs, I'm interested to see what they do with this, if they're going to add a bunch of stuff over here on the right. I would assume abilities go over here. So we'll see what this looks like. I don't hate the back of this. Kind of cool that you can do a quick flip of the item without having to go into the item. And getting an idea of what their ratings are. So I don't hate this. I think this is kind of cool. Kind of a long-term type of thing that helps the game out, I think. So just a little addition there that I think is fine. Oh yeah, okay, so here's the abilities. So in that right section, they'll put the abilities. So yeah, I don't hate this. This is kind of cool. Here's the abilities, all brand new abilities. Now, they say brand new, right? But a lot of these abilities are going to act the same as what we're used to in Mutt. So like this, slightly improved ability to not fumble when standing in the pocket. So this is going to be, similar to like Truz, right? But instead of Truz working for everything, you're going to have the different tiers of the abilities. Okay, pull down bronze, the different tiers of the abilities that allow you to, that give you the better chance to not fumble. Everybody can have Eli Apple on their theme team, right? Okay. Have a ton of abilities in College Football 25. Okay, AP amounts, so they're reintroducing AP. We'll see how much AP they introduce. I don't hate this system. I think it's fine, especially with the abilities. As long as they keep it balanced, I think the AP system's fine. I would assume the AP goes up, or the AP amount on a certain ability goes up depending on the tier of it, whether it's bronze, silver, gold, legendary, whatever the case is. I would assume that this AP goes up. So again, I don't hate this system. I get it. I understand it. Just as long as it's balanced. Okay, not going to go over abilities too much. We know how those work. Programs. Okay, Ultimate Alumni. So this is going to be like your legends, right? Guys that have already been in the Ultimate Team or have been through college football that are now in the NFL. Play through challenges, right? We got Brock Bowers here. We got Blake Corum. These are all guys from last year. Cooper DeJean, Penix. We got Jared Verse. All these guys were, in this year's draft. Mitchell. We got J.C. Latham. We've got, he's in Mutt already. Jordan Morgan, Peyton Wilson, and then you got Kenyon Mitchell. So all these guys are now in the NFL, and you'll be able to get them in Ultimate Team next year. So again, that kind of goes back to the NFLPA thing that they mentioned, that they've got a working relationship with them, so that way they can bring these guys in. So W, I like that. SOTW Conference Big Stories. I'm guessing this is going to be like the Team of the Week. So this will be kind of a Team of the Week thing. Jonathan Jefferson, they've already got a card here for you. So it looks like they've kind of got their preseason team. Now keep in mind, college football does not have a preseason. They get into their games and they go. So keep that in mind. So they've got to kind of have a couple guys already ready to go. So I think they'll probably already have some of these guys pre-made. What do you guys think? W on this one? W on this one? I think it's W. There's your chemistries. SMU 4-3. Pretty cool. In case you missed it, again, this was the thing we talked about earlier, to where they have basically the last 10 years of games that we missed. It looks like they're going to do some solo challenges to capture the last 10 years. Ready to boot up? Yeah, me too. Here's, in case you missed it, Joey Bosa. So again, this is going to be very similar to the last 10-year thing that they did, but they're going to have player items surrounding it, which is kind of cool. So you'll get guys that are currently in the NFL, Joey Bosa. I'm sure you'll get like a Joe Burrow that might make it on this list, maybe a Jamar Chase, a bunch of these guys that are in the current NFL within the past 10 years that'll make it onto this in case you missed it program. So a W. I think it's a W. Legends. Legendary All-Americans will be returning to campus, be highlighted during launch week. Okay, a bunch of these guys. I need from you guys, what do you guys think of the card art? What do you guys think of the card art? No, Urlacher is not going to make the squad. I'm sorry, not going to happen. You guys like the card art? W player. I figured Canes fan would like this one. Like cards that look like cards. I agree, Hude. I agree. Joker Kale mentioned it yesterday on a stream. Very, very well. He said it very well. If you take this Legends logo out and put Topps right here, nobody would think otherwise that this wasn't a Topps card. Like, it's amazing. I love this. If they continue this card art going forward with the Legends, huge W. And if they can make that happen with these cards as well, make it more card looking, like you're going and buying actual cards, this would just, it would be awesome. Just adds to the, the pageantry of the game. Live events. Okay, Ultimate Team will be celebrating college football throughout the year. You won't want to miss anything. Head over to live events. This is just going to be like your field pass stuff. This is going to basically be all the different programs that are out, the different promos. Here's your first look at the field pass. Looks like it's kind of all the same as what we're used to seeing. Sets look like the sets are the same. Not seeing really any difference on that. We'll have to dive into sets a little bit later to see if there's any good coin making methods when the game's out. Obviously, that's something that we'll dive into in VLP. Make sure you're in there. New ways to play. Okay, so this is a big one right here. Let's take some time on this one. Packs need 6 to 7 cards like in real life. I agree. All right, we've covered challenges that you'll be able to play throughout the season with your squad. Beyond that, college football team, Ultimate Team offers many ways to play, no matter if you like to play solo, squad up, or with friends. Put your skills to the test. Okay. So they want to introduce a new way to play that we will call solo seasons. Okay, so that's going to be your solo seasons that we were talking about. Okay, you'll be able to play a season format with your Ultimate Team against AI opponents. Okay, W or L? WL, what are we thinking? I think the general feeling on this is a W. I think most people are happy with this. What do you guys think on that? Go 5-0 in your season, get a bye for the playoffs, compete for a championship, get ready to do it all over again. Basically, you get greater rewards as you progress in each season, so you're going to have your different tiers. Classic team mode would be fired. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think this is a W. I think it's a W, and I say that because sometimes I don't necessarily want to boot up against the Madden Ultimate Team sweats while I'm sitting and watching Netflix or something, right? I think being able to get in here and just kind of get some coins too is kind of nice. Keep that wallet closed a little bit tighter. Keep it closed a little bit tighter. But I think this just really helps, as you said, C-Rice, bring more people to the mode. I think this is a W. Looks like there's going to be solo battles as well, so that's cool. Solo battle, for the solo battle guys, this will still be there. I'm not a huge solo battle guy. I can say I've maybe played 3 solo battles in Madden 24, and that's about it. So not a huge solo battle guy, but I will definitely be diving into solo seasons. And honestly, solo seasons is kind of nice to do some labbing too. So I think that's a W. Get me away from the sweats. I think they're playing for $1 million. Right. Yeah, I think it's a W. I think it's a W. Okay, new way to sweat, which this will be kind of where I will mostly be in this side of things. Popeye, thanks for the follow. When's content drop this week? I would think tomorrow, Popeye. Okay, College Football Ultimate Team has a brand new experience that we're calling the Gauntlet. Okay, I would assume this transfers over into Madden. Okay. Every Friday, enter the Gauntlet to take on the best the mode has to offer. Become a Gauntlet champion by achieving 10 wins, but take 2 losses and your Gauntlet run for the week is over. W. I think this is huge. Why? We missed some sort of a weekend league feel in the Twitch content space, right? How many guys tuned in to Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday night for all the comp guys in Madden to see if they make a 25-0 run, right? Or see if, let's say, I'm going to throw K-Mac's name out there, see what playbook he's running, and he's going to, do a 25-0 run with a brand new playbook, right? Like, how many guys miss that? I know I missed that because that was peak Madden content. It was amazing to watch that. And you see all these guys, they're posting all the different, pro tabs on the side, and they're making sure they don't, match up with them. I mean, that was peak Madden content in my opinion. I mean, how many times did we tune into W at 11 at night, going into 4 a.m. in the morning you know, to see if he was going to go 25-0 or who was going to, you know, piss him off pretty much. So I think I think this is just prime content. Prime content. So Gauntlet event starts every Friday at 1:30, ends Monday. So it's basically just go, right? Giant W in my opinion. How can you enter Gauntlet each week? You can play Champs during the week to earn Gauntlet entry. So it sounds like you've got to do a good job in Champs to be able to make it to the Gauntlet. I would assume that there's rewards that are surrounding that as well, which is good. In Champs, you'll play a maximum of 20 games against others, but getting 16 wins in the current week's Champs event you will need to enter the Gauntlet. So that's not a low amount, guys. 16 wins is tough. 16 wins is tough. Huday, thank you for the sub, man. I don't have my my notifications going right now just because we're recording, but 16 wins is no joke. Especially with a lot of people that are going to be on the game. This is going to be tough. You'll have to get your wins. Champs events refresh every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. So that's a W. So Champs is all week, which is nice. My question now is Champs going to be the same as it was this year, or are we going to get a top 25 or a top 20 type reward system back? Are we going to get that? We don't know. If you're working up a sweat reading this, you can cool down as we talk about house rules. Okay, so house rules is back. W. I'm cool with house rules as long as they make it good. Some of the house rules events were terrible, but if they can make house rules good and make the requirements good, then I think it's W. So you got touchdown tango, 25-yard first downs, 14 points for a touchdown. I think this one's fine. This one's cool. Earn in case you missed it players and packs from recurring wins. W. I think that's a W. Perfect. And then they've got overtime. Play the iconic football overtime against other players. Each team gets one drive to score a touchdown or field goal until someone does not match. Top score wins. So that I think that goes under house rules. So you've got touchdown tango and you've got overtime, which is cool. So you'll probably be able to earn coins with this. These are just quick games to play. W. Love it. Touchdown tango, it looks like you'll play to get the in case you missed it players. So I'm good with that. So all in all, guys, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. I think that there's definitely things to be determined. Still, I'm not a huge fan. I guess I'll go over this. Just cliff notes. Not a huge fan of this. That everybody gets every team can. Not a huge fan. I will admit. I wish that they had a different system in place. Doesn't make players feel as good as they should feel. So I'm not a huge fan of this. And then the field pass, to be determined on the field pass as well. Where's the field pass at? Here it is, right? Maybe we passed it. Right here. All right, well, we went all the way back up there. But regardless, the field pass, I think, is to be determined for me as well. It wasn't great the first year of Madden. So fingers crossed that they revamped it and retooled it and listened to our feedback and made it better. So 1 to 10, guys. How excited are you? 10 being the best. I think I'm right at about a 8.5, 9 right now. I think I'm right at an 8.5, 9 for all this, and I'm bringing back expectations because again we got to see the game. You're at a 12, okay. For the pageantry, I'm at a 12 and beyond. But for gameplay, for everything else, I'm still to be determined. Just I want to make sure that my expectations are brought back just a little bit. Because in reality, I am very excited. I am very, very excited.